Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to do a little bit of a different type of video. Normally I show you while I'm working on it, or what I'm working on. I show you while I'm working on it or whatever. But this one, well, I didn't. I just did it. So I'll tell you how. This is the '66 Mustang project. I had to put a new master cylinder in there, and this is not just a plug and play, as nice as that would be. I've installed a few master cylinders, and normally they just hook right up and you're good to go. Sometimes you have to take out the little rod that's inside that connects to the brake pedal, and sometimes it's just bolted on and it has the rod that pushes in. That was the case on this. It had the master cylinder, and then there's a rod that goes from the inside and it just pushes in. As you can see, there's not a lot of room from here to here. I guess first of all, I was working on the rear brakes. The wheel cylinders were bad and frozen up. That's these here, and you can just see how bad. They're pretty toasty, that's for sure. And that one it broke off there, and this one here. So that wasn't a big deal. Just replace those. So I decided I should go ahead and bleed the system. So I bled the rear. I came up front to bleed the front, and I'd get it to where there is almost there's no bubbles, and then I'd do one last press of the pedal and a bunch of air would come through. I'm like, what the heck? So we sat out here for, I don't know, probably 3-4 hours sitting here trying to figure out where all this air is coming from. So I narrowed it down to, I checked all the lines are good. It's not getting any air inside that. They're not leaking anywhere. So it had to be that master cylinder. So, and the master cylinder was kind of junky. So that's what we did. We replaced that. Alright, went to AutoZone and picked this one up. It's just remanufactured master cylinder. I think it was $40. It really wasn't that bad. It also came with the bleeding hoses and stuff, which, if you don't know how that works, you basically plug these little black pieces in to your master cylinder. The hose runs up and goes into here, and you have to bench bleed your master cylinder before you get it in, because you will not get all the air out, because your regular brakes do not push a full stroke, and that's why you can't get all of the air out for the most part. Maybe you can, but I've always bench bled these. Anyways, with this, you just push this in here. The fluid comes out, it comes back into the master cylinder, and it just rotates, and you push. Then you get in there and you push this in here, and it's kind of hard to push, but you push that, it pushes the fluid out and comes back in. And you just do that several times until there's no more air, and then you will, these little clear pieces, you push those in the thing and go install it. So this thing fought me tooth and nail, whatever that means. So you can just kind of see how rusty this is and crusty and all that. If you looked on the inside, here's what the inside looked like. See all this? Yeah, it's not supposed to be like that, because it gets down in those little ports, clogs them up. Alright, just want to show you that real quick. Whenever I pulled this out, it was leaking all back here, so I think that's where the air was coming in. It's the only other place I can think of anyways. The other thing is, you can probably notice how big those holes are. This took me a minute to kind of figure out why the new one wasn't fitting in. And that's because I had to waller. Just came in with the drill. Just kind of drill it out. And I started off, whatever, went up to 1/2 inch, did whatever, and then I think the final 9/16. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyways. Probably not, but it was a 9/16 hole. And you have to open those up so you can slide the master cylinder on this way and then kind of bring it around. So that took me a while. Put everything back together, and then I had to take everything back apart because this sits inside here, and it goes further back in there, but anyways. So, and there's a spring that goes on it behind and everything. But if you look, that's blocked off right there. On the original OEM, it's a tube. It almost looks like a tube like that. And I'm assuming that's where the rod goes into some of them, and some of them it doesn't. But hang on. What I was going to do is I was just going to take this piece out that came from the old one. Just take this old one out and put it into the new one. But since it was leaking, I was going to use the bushings off the new one and put onto this. But if you look real close, let's see if we can macro it. Yeah, you can see all these pits and everything. So I really didn't want to reuse this and risk tearing the brand new seals. So what I wound up doing, and then here's all the other little pieces. This, something like that, it goes on there like that, and this goes down here like that, and there's a screw that you can press down. And you screw that into there, and I counted all this, how many turns it is and everything. But then, like I said, I got to thinking, I probably want to use the old one, I probably don't want to use the old one. I want to use the new one. So we come over to the good old trusty lathe, and I just turned a piece almost about this size. I didn't, it just lucked out. I have a few pieces of just random stock. I have just a few pieces of random stock that's, you know, pretty small. That honestly I didn't think I'd use, but I don't have a lot of stock anyway. So I found this, and this was an almost perfect fit. So it's a little under 1/2 inch. Yeah, 487 thousandths. A 1/2 inch might fit. So you could go over to your 1/2 inch bolt and cut a section out to stick in there. That might work. I did round this over because the inside was kind of concaved. It wasn't just a flat hole, so I did that. Also put anti-seize all around it and inside there, just in case I ever need to redo this again, since I've had to put it in a couple times already. But then this back one right here goes to the front. It's the bigger reservoir. It's a 3/8, and this one right here is a 1/2 inch, and it goes to the rear brakes. You can see how clean all that is. Let me fill it up. But I still need to bleed this Oh, and then these bigger nuts back here, they are 11/16, I think. Anyways, I still need to finish bleeding this all off, and then we'll be able to roll. Got new tires. The tires, if you remember, they were bad, and this one literally blew. The steel belt on this one just blew up just sitting here. So I knew the tires were bad. The rear weren't horrible, but the fronts definitely needed to be fixed. So did that. What else? Oh, we painted this. I think I told you, but if you haven't seen the other videos, basically we're turning this, we'll probably wind up getting a wrap on this, and it will be one of the Harry Potter Slytherin theme, so it's going to be black and green. And so there's a few things that I'm going to paint. Anyways, probably going to take these out, paint those, the top part of the shock mount, the valve cover, probably just a few things like that. Maybe the horn, we can paint those green too. So that'll be the inside of the engine bay, and then the outside will be the black and green with the graphics on the side. So that's way down the road. But anyway, so hopefully now I can finish bleeding that off. It's getting hot. So that's why I'm not doing it now. But we get that done, and then we can drive it around the block and see what else breaks or see what else we need to fix. Alright guys, y'all comment rate. Let me know if you like this kind of style better. Of video, I'm just showing you everything that I've already done. But again, this is all for y'all. I don't do it for me. I'm just trying to help people out. Anyways, I hope this helps somebody out. Y'all comment rate. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good Memorial Day. And remember all those that have fallen that can't be here to celebrate this day. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. See ya.